Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi is calling on the opposition to support the anti-gang legislation when it is brought to Parliament in the coming weeks. The Attorney General held a press conference in the wake of the recent Beetham protest, which he says reinforced the need for the law to be in place. Peter Christopher reports.
With the chaos created following the detention of 2 Beetham residents fresh in his mind, Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi sought to rally support for the Anti-Gang Act, which he intends to submit for debate in the lower house. The Attorney General said following the lapse of the previous bill, the government consulted with the opposition and sought to correct their concerns. One of them was the lack of intelligence gathered on gangs. On Wednesday, the Attorney General presented information the police had compiled, which confirmed over 2,000 gang members across the country.
The intelligence, as communicated in the desiccated, cleaned-up version to the National Security Council, confirms that there are 2,459 members of organized crime gangs, criminal gangs. 2,459 members.
The AG said the situation along the Beetham Highway should not have been allowed to happen, and law enforcement needs to be supported.
This country cannot be held hostage to criminal activity, which we are now giving by way of numbers. This country cannot be held hostage by 2,459 gang members. This country needs to push back.
The 2 men held on Friday following a police raid in Beetham Gardens were released on the same day. He said for law enforcement to properly get a hold of the criminal element in this situation, they must have the law to back them.
The one thing that is missing is the law. And that's what this conference is about. In treating with an anti-gang legislation, in treating with an anti-gang law, the country requires the government to receive the support of the opposition in the lower House of Representatives.
The anti-gang legislation lapsed in 2016 due to lack of opposition support. Peter Christopher, C News.